I accidentally liked my wife's friend's page. At 3:27 a.m., 6 hours later, I was drinking coffee in my car, being threatened and writing to my lawyer. You will not believe how this changed my life. You ever have one of those moments where you do something so stupid that you instantly feel the air leave your lungs? Like your soul quietly packs a bag and just dips out the back door? Yeah, that was me at 3:27 a.m. on a Tuesday, alone in the bathroom with my phone brightness at cornea destroyer mode, and my thumb having a mind of its own. All I did was like a Facebook page, but not just any page. No, no, no. I accidentally liked the Facebook page of my wife's friend. Not a random friend. That friend. The one she always had something vaguely shady to say about. She's always creeping. She posts thirst traps for attention. Why is she always hearting your statuses? That friend. Let's call her Tessa. Now, in my defense, I wasn't even thinking. I was doom scrolling in that weird middle-of-the-night haze, trying to fall asleep after too much late-night chili and too much just one more YouTube video. I don't even remember how I got to her profile. One minute I'm on a reel about hydraulic presses. Next I'm scrolling through Tessa's page like it's a travel brochure for regrets. And boom, my thumb twitches. I stared at it, unliked it, stared again. Prayed Zuckerberg would glitch and erase history. Spoiler alert, he did not. I went to bed like I just left the scene of a crime. I stared at the ceiling for an hour, wondering if I should confess now or play dumb. Spoiler alert number 2, I did neither. I fell asleep at 4:30, woke up at 6:50 to the sound of someone closing cabinets in the kitchen like it was a competitive sport. My wife, Marissa, 32F, was not humming her usual morning Taylor Swift. The coffee was made, but my mug was missing. The air felt off, static. I walked into the kitchen like I wasn't walking into an emotional ambush. She didn't look up. Morning, I said. Nothing. Did you sleep okay? She finally turned. Deadpan. Tessa says hi. My soul left my body again. Second time in 12 hours. That has to be a record. I played dumb. Huh? Her smile was tight, the kind she gives when she's deciding whether to throw words or a toaster. She messaged me. Said she thought it was interesting that you liked her bikini pic from 2017. At 3 in the fucking morning, I started to stammer something, anything, but my brain had already filed for divorce. Relax, she said, voice sharp but icy. I'm not mad. I'm just watching. That was somehow way worse than yelling. I left for work early, but I didn't go to work. I sat in the Target parking lot sipping burnt coffee, wondering what in God's name I just set in motion. And as I sat there, my phone buzzed again. It was a message. From Tessa. Just 3 words. So, that happened. I swear my heart did a somersault. This wasn't just a mistake anymore. This was a whole thing, and I hadn't even hit rock bottom yet. That message haunted me. So, that happened. 4 syllables, and I was spiraling. Sitting in my car, engine off, cold coffee in hand like a sad divorced dad in a Lifetime movie, rereading it like it was some encrypted code from a spy novel. Tessa wasn't dumb. She knew exactly what that looked like, and she was poking the bear. I didn't respond. Not right away. I stared at the 3 little dots for a good 20 seconds before they vanished. She was waiting, watching, probably smirking. Tessa, 33F, for the record, is the kind of woman who's always lit up the room with a neon danger sign. She's not overtly flirty, not in the usual hair-twirling, shoe-dangling way. She's worse. Subtle. Strategic. The kind of woman who knows she makes people uncomfortable and wears that like perfume. Her energy was always hungry, controlled, but you could feel the heat off her from 6 feet away. And to be honest, there'd always been tension between us. Always. I tried not to think about it. I married Marissa. Marissa, who's stable, funny, sharp-tongued, in the way that makes dinner parties entertaining. Tessa was her chaos friend. Her, I can't believe she said that friend. The one who always knew too much about other people's relationships and always had something suggestive to say when wine was involved. Marissa kept her around, but barely tolerated her. And now? Now she thought I was part of that chaos. At 9:12 a.m. I broke. I replied, didn't mean to, was half asleep. She responded within seconds. You sure? Because that pic's from, forever ago. I stared at the screen. That picture was from a Mexico trip they all took before I even met Marissa. A photo of Tessa in a yellow bikini, standing in a pool holding a margarita. Tagged number TBT, number hot girl hibernation or some shit. It had no business showing up on my feed unless I'd gone looking. Which I didn't, right? I started typing. I really didn't mean to, Tessa. Seriously. But I stopped. Backspaced. Left it blank. Then just wrote, why are you messaging me? 3 dots. Long pause. Then, because I've been waiting for you to notice me. I dropped my phone. I actually dropped my phone onto my lap like it was radioactive. Sat there, stunned. My first thought wasn't even what you'd expect. It wasn't, oh shit. It was, wait, she actually meant it? And suddenly, So many little moments started clicking into place. The way she used to brush past me at parties. How she always made eye contact just a little too long. The birthday card she gave me once that said, "Don't get too old to be bad," with a winking face. I always laughed that stuff off, filed it under Tessa being Tessa. But now she was being real. And I didn't know what scared me more, that she'd felt this way for who knows how long, or that part of me didn't hate it. I shut off my phone. I sat there breathing like I'd just run a mile, sweating like I was cheating even though all I'd done was tap a damn screen. This wasn't harmless anymore. This was gasoline. And Marissa? Marissa was already suspicious, already watching. The real problem? I wasn't just caught in a lie. I was caught in a possibility. A door I hadn't realized was even open. And now it was swinging wide, and Tessa was standing right in the middle of it, smiling. So I did the dumbest thing imaginable. I thought I could just pretend it didn't happen after Tessa's message, because I've been waiting for you to notice me. I shut my phone off like I was unplugging a bomb. I didn't text her back, didn't block her either. I just went numb, went home, tried to act normal. That's the part that makes me want to punt myself into the sun. I thought I could act normal. Marissa was cold. Not frosty, not explosive, cold. The kind of cold that makes you second guess if she knows or if she's just waiting for you to dig your own grave deeper. Her eyes scanned me like TSA. Her smiles were measured. She set my mug on the table upside down. I didn't even comment. You ever live in a house where someone's mad but won't say it? It's like sleeping inside a landmine. So I went quiet, careful. For 48 hours, I walked on eggshells and lied to myself, maybe it'll blow over. Maybe Tessa will let it die. Tessa did not let it die. It was Saturday, brunch day. We'd invited a couple of friends over. Nothing big, just our usual little crew, Joel, my work buddy, his girlfriend Kim, Marissa's college friend Erica, and of course Tessa. Because of course she was invited. She was always around the edges of things. That's her superpower. Lurking just close enough to cause damage, just far enough to stay innocent. The moment she walked in, I knew I was screwed. She was wearing red, not fire engine red, scandal red. Red lipstick, red dress. She looked like an exclamation point you'd regret texting at 2 a.m. Marissa clocked it. I saw her nostrils flare. She smiled through it, but the kind of smile that says, I am this close to burning the fucking house down. We made it to brunch. Barely. Tessa was on one, laughing louder than necessary, brushing crumbs off my shoulder, touching my arm when she said things like, "Remember that thing you posted?" So funny. I didn't even post anything. Joel gave me a look like dude. Kim raised one eyebrow like a villainess. Erica just watched everything like she was gathering material for a future tell-all. But the real explosion, that happened over mimosas, when Tessa pulled out her phone, swiped something, and airdropped a photo to everyone. It was a screenshot of our messages. Just 3. Her, "So, that happened." My, "Why are you messaging me?" And her nuke, "Because I've been waiting for you to notice me." The image flashed across 4 phones. One by one, the table went silent. Joel choked on his mimosa. Kim whispered, "Holy shit." Erica blinked like someone just spilled blood on her plate. And Marissa? Marissa didn't say a word. She just looked at me, dead in the eye, held it for 3 seconds like a sniper steadying her aim. Then she stood up, picked up her mimosa, and poured the entire glass, ice and all, into my lap. "I knew it," she said, voice so quiet it made everyone shut up. I knew there was something off. "You think I don't see what's right in front of me? You think I'm stupid?" I was frozen, wet, speechless. This wasn't a fight. It was a funeral. Tessa tried to say something, some fake innocent apology, but Marissa turned so fast I thought she might actually slap her. Don't you dare play dumb," she hissed. "You've been creeping on my husband since 2019. Every selfie, every party, every little oops, didn't see you there text. I warned him. I knew, and he let it happen." She looked back at me. "You let her in. And you liked it." She stormed out. The screen door slammed so hard it rattled the glass. I sat there, drenched, humiliated, trying to think of a single word that wouldn't make it worse. And I couldn't. Tessa looked at me, finally less smug, like she'd just realized she lit the match in the wrong forest. "You weren't supposed to not respond," she said softly. "Too late. If you've made it this far, yeah, I know, what a mess, but trust me, it's only just starting to unravel. Drop a comment if you've ever ignored a red flag and paid the price. Like the video if you think Tessa just declared emotional war. And if you want to see how deep this rabbit hole goes, subscribe, because next part gets real in a way even I wasn't ready for. No spoilers, but buckle up. Update 1. Okay, so, wow. I didn't expect my inbox to blow up like that. I thought maybe a few people would read my little digital nervous breakdown and move on. But y'all, some of you came with popcorn, pitchforks, and legal advice. Honestly, respect. First off, yes, I'm okay, or like not crying into a dumpster, okay. Emotionally concussed, for sure. But I'm still here, still processing the absolute war crime that was my Saturday brunch. A few things since everyone keeps asking. 1. Yes, Marissa left the house. She packed a bag that night and went to her sister's. No texts, no calls, just a quiet evacuation like she was escaping a haunted Airbnb. She took the dog too, which frankly hurt more than the mimosa bath. Even the dog picked a side. Second, Tessa? Oh, Tessa. She tried to play it off. Sent me a flurry of texts like, I didn't think she'd react like that and I just wanted to clear the air. Clear the air. Sis, you dropped a gas can and lit it with my lighter. 3. The group chat is dead. Joel texted me once with a single word, dude. Erica DM'd me on Instagram just to say, you had this coming. Also, she's been weird about you forever. Thanks, Erica. Super helpful now. But what really got me were your comments. Some of you said, burn it all down, King. Others said, you deserve it, you reckless dumbass. One guy sent me a gif of a dumpster floating down a flooded street on fire. And honestly, that's the most accurate mood I've ever seen. The thing that hit me hardest, though, the ones who said, this didn't start with the like. And you're right, it didn't start with Tessa. It started years ago, when I started coasting in this marriage, thinking I could keep one foot in my comfortable little life and the other in whatever fantasy I'd built around being wanted. I let those little flirtations slide. I let Tessa's comments linger. I laughed it off when Marissa raised an eyebrow. I thought I was in control. Spoiler, I wasn't. Now, Marissa won't answer my calls. Her sister sent me a text that basically said, she's thinking, which, if you know Marissa, is code for she's building a missile made entirely of receipts and rage. And me? I'm sleeping on the couch, alone. In the house, I'm probably not going to be in much longer. But I'm not just sitting here crying into leftover mimosa ice. Because what Tessa doesn't know is that she might have burned the bridge, but she lit a fuse under something she didn't expect. And I'm not going down alone. By Sunday night, it was like living in the negative space of my own life. The house was too clean. Her mug was missing from the drying rack. The throw blanket she always left balled up on the couch was gone. Even her stupid pineapple print slippers that I always tripped over? Not there. She vacuumed herself out of my existence like I was a crime scene. I couldn't sleep. I sat on the couch in the dark, scrolling through every message I ever sent Tessa, trying to figure out where the line had been and when I crossed it. I kept telling myself nothing happened. No kissing, no dates, just messages, flirtation, that dumb damn-like. But something had happened. The next morning, I did what any terrified, possibly soon-to-be divorced man would do. I drove to Marissa's sister's house. I didn't even make it to the door. Marissa was already standing on the porch like she knew I'd show up. She didn't say anything at first, just folded her arms and waited. Her eyes were red. Her hair was tied up like she was in emergency mode, but she looked calm, too calm. I took a breath. I didn't sleep with her. I swear to God. She laughed once, sharp, bitter. I know. That threw me. Wait, you know? She nodded. Tessa's not subtle. I've been watching her circle you for years. I just didn't think you'd fall for it. I tried to explain. I really did. But she held up a hand and shut me down. This isn't about one like, she said. This is about all the times you let her make me feel crazy. All the times I said something felt off and you rolled your eyes or changed the subject. This is about how you made me doubt my own instincts so you wouldn't have to deal with the awkwardness of setting a boundary. That hurt, because it was true. Then she hit me with the ultimatum. I'm not leaving my marriage over a bikini pic, she said. But I'm not staying in one where I'm the only adult. So you've got two choices. She held up a finger. 1. You go full nuclear. You cut Tessa out completely. You tell every single person who was at that brunch exactly what happened. You apologize to them, to me, to yourself if you've got the balls. And then you go to therapy. Alone. Second finger. 2. You stay in this house. You keep pretending it wasn't a big deal. And when the divorce papers hit, you don't act surprised. I stared at her, mouth dry, brain static. And all I could think was, this is the realest she's ever been with me. I said, okay, voice barely audible. Okay, I'll do it. And I meant it. Because she was right. This wasn't about the like. This was about me finally choosing which side of the fucking line I stood on. And that line was about to get painted in blood-red digital ink. It started with a tag. Monday evening, I'm making dinner like a man on borrowed time, marinating chicken with the urgency of a hostage, and my phone dings. Instagram. I open it thinking maybe Marissa posted something cryptic I could overanalyze like an idiot. Nope, it was Tessa. She tagged me in a post, publicly. The caption? When you finally get seen for who you really are, it was a photo of me at our last house party. I wasn't doing anything shady, just standing by the grill, laughing, holding a beer. But the way she framed it, the way she cropped it so it looked like I was smiling at her from across the yard, people started commenting. Wait a minute. Ooh, this some soft launch energy. Finally, we knew it. I stared at it like it was a car crash in slow motion. I didn't even have time to breathe before my phone rang. Marissa. One word. Flat. Final. Come outside. I walked out like a man heading to his own execution. She was standing by her car, phone in hand, eyes hollow. She didn't scream. She didn't cry. She just handed me her phone. Tessa had sent her a DM. It was a screenshot of a drafted post. Never published, but it might as well have been a knife. A selfie of Tessa in my hoodie. Our hoodie. The one Marissa got me for our anniversary. The caption read, "Good things come to those who wait." There was no date on it. No explanation. But that didn't matter. Because that hoodie went missing last month. I'd blamed the dryer. Marissa had been the one to search the house looking for it. Now she knew where it went. Now she knew why. I tried to speak. I swear I tried. But what could I say? It was true. Tessa had come by a couple months ago when Marissa was out of town. Just dropping off something for the party. We didn't hook up. I swear we didn't. But she stayed longer than she should have. We had drinks. She laughed too much. And somewhere in the chaos of me trying to be a nice guy and not rude, I gave her the illusion she needed. I let her feel close. I let her inside. And now? She burned every bridge on her way out. I talked to a lawyer this morning, Marissa said, her voice shaking, just to be prepared. But after this, I'm filing. There's no coming back from this. I begged. I didn't even try to act cool. I dropped every ounce of pride I had left and asked her not to do this. To wait. To believe me. But she was already walking away. And I didn't follow. Because I knew. Tessa didn't just destroy my marriage. I handed her the matches. Update 2. So, turns out when you give a narcissist the stage, she doesn't just take a bow. She builds a fucking spotlight. First of all, thank you to everyone who DM'd me, support, rage, or just sent popcorn emojis. Y'all are unhinged in the best way. Second, I really thought Tessa had played her last card with that hoodie stunt. I thought the post, the message to Marissa, the slow drip sabotage was the climax. Nope, she had one more trick up her sleeve. Thursday morning, I get a call from Joel, my work buddy who was at the brunch. He doesn't say hello, he just says, "Bro, check Facebook." Now, I hang up, open the app, and nearly drop my phone. Tessa made a post. A full-blown essay-length novella. Tagged me. Tagged Marissa. Public. No privacy filter. No shame. The post was titled, "My Side of the Story, Because I Deserve to Be Heard." She laid it all out, every subtle half-truth she could twist into a dagger. She painted herself as the ignored friend, the supportive one who just wanted connection, the accidental emotional affair victim. She included screenshots, selective ones, messages taken out of context, one where I complimented her hair, another where I told her I appreciated her being cool during a rough patch with Marissa. She cropped the timestamps, left out all the times I said, "Let's keep this appropriate," made it look like I was confessing feelings. And the worst part? She ended it with this line, "I didn't ruin their marriage. He handed it to me." It went viral. Local viral, but viral. Dozens of comments. Some people defended her. Some dragged us both. Marissa's cousin commented with a string of snake emojis. My boss's wife liked the post. I wanted to disappear. That was the moment I realized this wasn't just about me and Marissa anymore. Tessa wanted to own the narrative. So I did something I should have done months ago. I posted my own statement. No drama, no emotion, just facts. I laid out a timeline. I admitted I'd blurred boundaries, that I hadn't cheated, but I'd let something toxic fester because I didn't want to confront it. I took responsibility for how I failed Marissa. I apologized publicly, not for sympathy, but because the lie Tessa was spinning needed to be stopped. And then I ended with this. Tessa, this isn't about attention anymore. This is about you trying to turn pain into theater. You don't get to rewrite my marriage like it was your stage. I won't play your villain anymore. You had my silence, now you have my goodbye. Blocked her. Everywhere. And then I sent Marissa a message. Not begging, not groveling. Just, I know I lost you, but I'm going to keep being the man I should have been, whether you're watching or not. She didn't respond, but she saw it. And that's where I'll leave this. For now. Tessa made a scene, but I'm done being her script. So this is it. The end of the world tour. The final curtain call. The day I stopped holding my breath for a woman who already packed up and left the stage. It's been 2 weeks since the post. Since the DM. Since Tessa tried to light my whole fucking life on fire and laugh through the smoke. You'd think I'd be angry, or bitter, or petty. But here's the truth. I'm just empty. And that's not poetic. It's not brave. It's just real. I lost my wife. I lost most of my friends. My coworkers avoid eye contact like I'm radioactive. Even my neighbor, the one who once asked me to fix his Wi-Fi, crosses the street when I take out the trash. But it's okay, because I earned that silence. The hoodie, the message, the brunch. That wasn't when I lost Marissa. I lost her the first time I let Tessa lean a little too close and didn't shut it down. I lost her every time I brushed off her intuition. Every time I let Tessa's attention feed a part of me I didn't want to admit was starving. So what do you do when there's nothing left to salvage? You burn the rest. Clean. Here's what I did. I took everything Tessa ever gave me. Texts, photos, that fucking hoodie, and I printed them. Every single one. I stapled them together into a packet I titled, For the Record. Then I dropped it off at her door. No message. No drama. Just closure. Cold and sterile. Inside the front page, I wrote a single sentence. This is the last time you get to touch my life. She texted me the next day. Wow. Overdramatic much? I didn't reply. Then I blocked her. Again. This time for good. No more watching. No more lurking. No more backdoor to chaos. As for Marissa, I haven't heard her voice in 17 days. But yesterday I got an email. Short. Sharp. Saw your post. Thanks for finally owning it. The papers will be delivered Monday. There was no smiley face. No, hope you're well. Just closure. And weirdly, that's the best gift she's ever given me. Because she's right. This isn't her job anymore. It's mine. So that's the story. One like at 3:27 a.m. 6 hours later, I was alone in my car, drinking gas station coffee, watching my marriage collapse in real time. And now I live with the echo of a choice. And maybe that's what I deserved. Maybe this is what healing looks like. Not grand gestures or romantic reconciliations. Just owning the wreckage. And walking out of the fire with nothing but your name, unfollowed, untagged, but finally free.